Hey guys, Jimmy Bremner, Dexter the boy, CTOA, and we're on the urban trail. Just doing a bit of a catch up here. One of you asked, can you do something in the rain? Well, put up a tarp here, a bit of a lean-to, and got my ground sheet here. So it's been raining on and off today, so maybe that video will happen, maybe it won't. You know, I'm a big believer in ponchos. This is my Bolo Gear proprietary poncho here, and but again, I happen to be out at Heroes Outdoors in Oshawa, and I managed to pick up this Alphenflex Swiss poncho. It's full coverage, and it was only 20 bucks Canadian. Like, that's crazy, right? So in the fall, this is, again, this great camo. Just looking at the background, and everything's turning red and yellow and brown, and this is awesome. Not to mention that it's waterproof. You can use it as a shelter and all those other things that you can use it for. So again, check out Heroes Outdoors out there in Oshawa. They've got a great selection of this Alphenflex. Okay, now they do have combat jackets, and they do have the combat pants that go with it, but unfortunately they're in sizes that just won't fit me. Okay, so but again, for hunting season, this stuff is awesome. So that said, I'm going to move on a little bit. Last video I did, we talked about knives and the evolution of the Swiss Army knife, and I talked about the Huntsman, and I found mine. Okay, so the next step after this Huntsman was the Trekker. All right, so these have locking blades. This does not have locking blades. What it does have, though, is has scissors. So you're giving up the scissors for a locking blade, right? And again, you can carry it. In my IFAC, I always have shears anyway, so I always have scissors with me. But again, it's up to you. They're both very good knives. The smaller one is, like, it takes up less room in your pocket. It's, but it is what it is. And on the trail, I believe in locking blades, because you don't want to get a bad cut, when you're out on the trail, because it's just going to make life miserable for you, right? So if you don't have the first aid gear or the knowledge and how to remedy that bleed you have, it's just going to be miserable time. So try locking blades. But like I said, all of the other Swiss Army knives are great in their own right. They all have great things. In fact, this one, when my kids were about maybe like 13, 14, 15, I would hand out one of these as long as I saw that they were responsible with it, and they have a great time with it. So the other thing I wanted to mention is, I've mentioned this company called, I'm just going to hold it up there. It looks like B/Berry. Now, this is a Leatherman Wave. If you can tell me the difference between the two, you're a better person than I am, because they're identical. The steel's the same. In fact, this B/Berry is what I'm going to call it. This is like $39, and it has interchangeable cutters that come in the kit. It also has the 1/4-inch drive on it, so I get a 1/4-inch socket, and I get the Phillips and the flat, and there's also a little bandolier that has Torx and a few other things in it, and it goes in a pouch. Plus, it has a pocket clip. How cool is that? And again, if you, we'll look at the blades here. They're identical. They're absolutely identical, right? And of course, it has the serrated blade. The tool lineup is exactly the same on the Wave as it is on this B/Berry tool. And I got to tell you something. From, I don't know, these are probably well into $120, $130 now, the Leatherman. This is $39 Canadian, right? and it just has so many functions. And again, this screwdriver is locked out, so it's not collapsing on you. The blades are razor sharp. You know, even like the screws that hold it together, they're exactly the same. So I'm not sure if the patent has run out on Leatherman and now offshore is picking it up and making these. But would I buy another one of these? 100%. And again, they've got all the same tools on the inside. They all lock out. Dexter's onto something over here now. So you got your scissors and you know, your bottle opener, can opener. It's a really fine screwdriver. So it's not like that one we always lose in the Leatherman. I think I have that one in here. I think I've lost it. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I've lost it out of the Leatherman. But this is fixed, so you can't lose it. The one thing, you know, it's funny, when you look back, you know, in your life at different things, you realize why a good set of screwdrivers is better than this, you know, lose a bit configuration that everything seems to be. That's the way everything's made now. You get the driver and you get like 20 bits, and by Tuesday you've got 12 bits left, and you know, it's just you're constantly having to replenish the bits, right? And I'll end on this one. Somebody asked me batteries, right? Recharged battery or batteries, you know? And I'm going to go with batteries, and I'll explain why really quickly. Out here where I am, I can't recharge anything. There's no stations, there's no outlets, there's nothing, right? So, you know, even that said, you can carry a brick, right? You know, the battery bricks are about so big, about, you know, inch thick, and they're great. They're fantastic. I take them all over the world with me, but it still has to be recharged at some point, right? So and as I said, if you're out on a long trip over a couple, 3 days, there's no recharger. You're not going to be able to recharge anything. And I got to tell you, at the end of the day, I'm exhausted with plugging everything in. It looks like spaghetti, you know, on my desk. It looks like spaghetti with charging my phone and cameras and, you know, you name it, it's getting charged. You know, headlights, flashlights, that I don't understand at all, because again, you're going to go to use that flashlight, that rechargeable flashlight, and it's not going to work. And you'll be out here, and what are you going to do? Where I can carry a couple of batteries with me, I can go into town, gas station, get some batteries. There's many things that I can do. Now, one thing I do with my lights, okay, is I'll put one of the batteries in backwards, right? So that way it can't accidentally get turned on and drain my batteries, right? So I do that, or I put a piece of tape over it so it has no connection. And again, I save the lifespan of the batteries I have. The other good thing to have is a crank, you know, that you can crank up that capacitor, and you always have power with you no matter what, or a solar charger. You can have that. But beyond that, I'd have to say that I prefer batteries and the simplicity of the battery, and Dexter is way over there right now. So I'm going to give him a call. So again, those are just a few catch-up things. I might have a surprise over the weekend for you from up in Halliburton, but we'll see how that works out. So again, it's Jimmy Bremner, Dexter the Boy. Please watch, subscribe, notification bell, and please comment. Again, Heroes Outdoors and Tasmanian Tiger. If you need any of that gear, ask me and I can get it to you. And yeah, be safe and have fun over the weekend. And I would say Jimmy Bremner and Dexter were out, but he's way over there doing something. So I'm just going to say Jimmy Bremner, Dexter the boy, I'm out.